Chris, I'm just racking my brains. I think the last time I spoke to you was after you scored the winner against Cambridge last season. Fair to say it's been a bit of a roller coaster since then?
Yeah, it seems like a long time ago that. Yeah, it's been interesting, I suppose. A couple of injuries mixed in there and suspension as well. So just nice to be back involved, really, from my point of view after what's been a frustrating start to the season for me.
How are you? Are you now feeling fit?
Feel good, yeah. It's nice, obviously, last week to get some minutes under the belt. Probably more than I actually thought at the beginning of the week as well. So everything reacted totally fine. So fit and ready for selection from here on in, hopefully for the rest of the season.
And is it possible to put it into words just the frustration it's been? I mean, the injury, the suspension, having to watch from the sidelines?
Yeah, a little bit. I felt obviously a little niggle pre-season, but I was kind of fit and available, ready to go from the end of that suspension. So that seemed fine, obviously. Just one of those things. It was a bit of an innocuous challenge, probably something I've seen or been involved in a few times, and just so happened to crack my leg, I guess. I guess it was frustrating, but at the same time, it's not like it was a muscle injury where you think maybe it was preventable or there's an issue here or there. It was kind of, I guess, maybe a little bit easier to deal with, but I guess it depends on your perspective. It was kind of a bit of a freak. It's not really too kind of preventable from a personal point of view. So just have to get on with it, get the rehab going, which was a little bit tough because I could do so little in the beginning. But once the bone was healed up and stuff, obviously, in terms of returning to play, it went quite quickly. So.
And how hard or difficult will it be to get the momentum from last season, where you were such a success, scoring all those goals? How long do you think it is before you start finding your groove in front of goal? Obviously, you can't run before you can walk.
Hopefully, a couple of days. No, we'll see. I think obviously last season I kind of. Not the same, but it was a version of, in terms of not being fit and out of club and stuff, obviously, before I signed here. So I kind of had a bit of a stop-start pre-season and obviously wasn't able to play all the games. So something I have dealt with. So hopefully that ends up helping me out a touch. But it's just about finding that little bit of a rhythm and beginning to play again and keep training and kind of I'm feeling good each and every day as it has gone by. I do feel fitter and stronger. So goals it's one of those things, isn't it? It's the enigma in football. Kind of, if you figure it out, then you are very well off, I guess, in terms of being able to know what to do, when it's going to come, how it's going to come. I think for me it's just about continuing to try to perform in training, keep getting the reps in, keep getting the habit of scoring goals, and then I think that will get taken into games. I still am very confident that I'm able to produce that same form again this season as I was last season, and hopefully I'm proven right very soon.
And it's a very different Bristol Rovers this season to last. There's a lot of attacking talent, Jack, Promise, Ruel. How much of it, not responsibility, but how much do you work with these players, like Promise with the expectation of the price tag, working with players like that?
Yeah, I've tried to. They might give you a different answer, I'm not sure. Promise has come to me a couple of times, and I've gone to him pre-season and the early games as well, just little bits of advice here and there, just to try and impart what little wisdom I have on him, and just try to help. I think he's has a very good attitude. He's a nice kid, and he is willing to learn, which I think is a very important thing as a young player. In terms of the price tag, I don't really think he's too bothered. He doesn't seem like it carries much of a weight on his shoulders to me, and you can't help that. I think as a player, it's one of those things. Whoever pays the money for you, whether it's a few $100,000 or a few $100 million, as there is in some circles in football now, it is something that you can't control or focus on. So I'm sure he won't be doing that.
And just finally, from the sidelines, what have you made to Rovers at the start of the season?
I think it's been a touch inconsistent, I would say. I think there's been some good performances and some good results, and also some not so good ones. I think there's room for improvement. I think that would be the phrase that I would use, and I think that's what we've continued to see in the meetings, obviously with the management team and the coaching staff, that there's a lot more to come, I think, from the group. I think there's, like I said, been parts of games and certain games that we have done it and looks very good as a team, both defensively with some of the clean sheets and the goals that we've scored in certain moments in some of the games too. But I do think that we're still yet to see the very best of this team and of this squad.